Good afternoon. Today I will be talking about Queen Elizabeth and Queen Elizabeth's accomplishments and how she made changes to the monarchy. What is the connection between Snoop Dogg and Queen Elizabeth? Well, when rap was just beginning, a lot of rappers were facing serious charges. When Snoop went on tour in England, there was a lot of concerns on why he was there with his history and crime. The UK guards tried to kick him out, calling him names such as evil bastards, and then the Queen stepped in by saying Snoop Dogg can come in the United Kingdom anytime he wants. He hasn't done anything in our country. And then so Queen Elizabeth was the longest reigning British monarch. Her death was not a shock, as she lived for 96 years and was queen for 70 years. Queen Elizabeth II, she did 70 years of the queen. She was queen for 70 years, and we're about to go over a few accomplishments over her reign. Has there ever been a time in your life where you got an opportunity to take charge of a group to someone's absence? Well, this is how Queen Elizabeth began her reign. Her uncle was in line for the king, but then died the throne. Her father then became the king, making her next in line because she was the oldest child. She began her reign when she was 25 years old. Robert Hart of Forbes magazine noted some records Queen Elizabeth broke during her reign. She was the longest reigning and oldest monarch in British history. The record was previously held by her great great grandmother, Queen Victoria, who ruled for more than 63 years and lived to be 81 years old. Her reign served to make Prince Philip, her husband, British longest serving consort and her son. Now King Charles III, the longest their apart to the throne. She also held the record for the most to be held of state, which has 15, which had 15 prime ministers. That is Queen Elizabeth when she was 26, and then that was when years were her being a queen, and that was her before her death. Um, Queen Elizabeth became queen at 25, and she reigned for 70 years until the time of her death, September 8th, 2022, at the age of 96. 15 prime ministers were presided over by Queen Elizabeth. She had a weekly private meeting with them to discuss what was happening in the country. The newest Prime Minister, Liz Truss, met with the Queen 2 days before her death. Queen Elizabeth passed the Crown Act of 2013, which basically says that successions would not be gender related. Those were some of the prime ministers she met with, but not all 15 of them. She met with almost every president. She met with almost every U.S. president since Harry Truman and visited the United States with her husband, Prince Philip. She met with 13 U.S. presidents, all except LBJ, President Johnson. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's her family tree right there. Queen Elizabeth II was responsible for making the monarchy more in tune in ideas over the newer generations using social media. In 1957, she began the first televised Christmas broadcast by the British monarch. Her willingness to embrace technology shifts in how the institution was seen with the people. Some technology's first fly on the wall documentaries established on Buckingham Place website in 1997. Twitter account at Royal Family in 2009. 2 years later, a YouTube channel was launched, and in 2013, an Instagram account was made. During the COVID-19 lockdown, the Queen used video links to communicate with people, such as Zoom calls. Like that's one of her Zoom calls right there that she first ever did. Queen Elizabeth was a very instrumental during her time as queen. Queen Elizabeth believed in world peace. She kept her country together while keeping them in tune with the world. She believed in her family and was an excellent example for them to follow. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Well, thank you for listening to thank you for listening to my speech.
Oh, no, I have a question.
Oh, what's the question?
Okay. I love the picture with Snoop Dogg. I mean, he is the coolest dude in the world anyway. Um, how did you find that story? That's a great story that,
I was I was on YouTube one day. That's crazy. The day that Queen Elizabeth had passed, she was all over she was all over social media.
yeah.
She was all over social media, YouTube and stuff like that. And Snoop Dogg had an interview the same day. And in his interview, he was basically saying they was trying to kick him out of the UK because he was fighting a first degree murder at the time, and they said he was an evil bastard. They was kicking him out. They was throwing stuff at him, and he took a picture with the cuffs in his hand, and then he posted about it. So he was just saying, he was telling the person who was interviewing him that Queen Elizabeth stepped in and saved his life because they were trying to arrest him and kick and ban him from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, she was quite an interesting person, and that's a great story to have included. That puts a sense of humanity in this with us because she seems so far away and so royal. So, good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.